Hi, it's Jasmin. You know, that girl who did you know what way before the internet ever existed. Join me and my special guest every week as we talk about anything and everything because nothing is too taboo. So punch your ticket and get on board the Krazy train with me, Jasmin St. Clair. All aboard!
Welcome to a brand new action-packed episode of Krazy Train with Jasmin St. Clair. I know I've been bringing in a lot of wrestlers this past month, and I decided to just keep the momentum going and going and going. So one request I've had over and over is from Mazzerati Lazarus. And I know a lot of you have seen her on TV doing her thing. So here she is on the podcast talking about what it takes to do her thing and so much more. Let's welcome Mazzerati Lazarus.
I feel so honored that you have not done a podcast in a long time and you said yes to me. I really do.
Yes. Oh, Jasmin, when you hit me up and asked me, I couldn't say no. I was really actually excited to and do this again. I was nervous because I haven't done this in a while, but I'm really happy to be here today.
Thanks. Now, is there any specific reason why you haven't done this in a while, or you just, didn't feel like it? Because that happens sometimes.
It actually just got too busy, you know what I mean? Like I do work and then I do try to keep my gym time every day and then I wrestle and travel a lot. So it was just hard to fit that in between everything. So plus I know I've said yes to couples but others but then had to switch up plans. So I didn't want to say yes to anybody until I knew for sure I could make the time and the date. I didn't want to be a flake.
I totally get that. Trust me. We've dealt with that before, but not like this. This is like way different. Plus you're hot, so it doesn't make a difference. You're okay.
Yeah. You're making me blush and you can't see it.
I know. I'm like, Jesus,
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I'm like nearsighted anyway. The amount of like incidents of guys I thought was hot from afar, then they get up closer. I'm like, oh hell no, put your shirt on. So you go to the gym, and that's dude. Do the guys keep their shirts on at your gym?
Well, because I work at the gym, I try so hard to just like not pay attention to anybody, but there are some that don't have them or they just wear the really small muscly shirts. I'm not really into the big beefy likeness, but since I work there, like at all the gyms here, like I'd rather, you know, and plus I'm like we just said you're nearsighted, so I used to be, and now I have like full astigmatism. I'm supposed to be wearing glasses right now, but I got my lashes on right now, and it's hard to blink with them on. So I chose to look pretty for this occasion right now and be blind at the same time.
Dude, priorities. Yeah, I go to a gym. The gym I go to, it's nice. It's John Reed, and when I'm in LA, I go there, and I have to tell you, like, okay, this guy had his shirt off yesterday. He had a pot belly. I'm like, please, like that should not be allowed. And then you get these gymfluencers with the tripods. Do you think that's challenging these days to actually tell them to be careful because there are people around you, that don't want to be in your fucking video? Okay, sorry.
That's funny. Yeah, so I could actually tell you, I do see that sometimes. I know everybody wants to get their gym selfies or get their gym footage. I am somebody who works there and I am actually studying for my CPT. So, getting some videos of you of working out does help, but I try to do it without somebody in the way, or if you want to let people know, like, and ask if it's okay. But I don't think you should be selfish and just record without the knowledge of others and consent, especially because some do have confidence like issues and stuff like that. So, so I definitely get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I don't think telling that guy to put his shirt back on was really nice. But anyway, moving right along. So,
But being honest is fine.
yeah, he's like walking around like this, and he comes over to me. Then he's like, "Hi." I'm like, you might want to put your shirt back on, bud. And that was just
He
the
seemed
ending
really
there.
confident, you know?
Yeah, we're pumping it, baby. Woo! Pumping it chock full of Peeps. I saw like Peeps at the grocery store because I'm a huge Easter fan and I love Peeps. I just bought like Peeps creamer. So yeah, I'm gonna go twice a day to the gym if I can. Uh when did you start wrestling exactly? And what even got you into it?
Yeah, funny story. So before all this, I was actually a tomboy and wrestling actually turned me girly. I didn't know how to do makeup or hair or any of that. I was always in like to sports and just doing all that stuff. And I guess like one day I was just turning on the TV and found some wrestling happening, and it was like 96 going into 97. It was right before Attitude Era. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And then so I started finding it on different channels throughout the like weeks and stuff. And then it just turned into like I found there was Raw, and then throughout the years later on there was SmackDown. I found AECW, WCW, even XPW, and then there was actually reruns of Glow, and then I was watching WoW at the same time as well. Like there was wrestling nonstop all the time when I was watching. So that was just literally my life. And I don't know, I was just a weirdo anyway in general. Like I wouldn't say I didn't have friends, but like I don't know, I just felt like I was always just the weirdo that because I would get made fun of for liking wrestling. But I was in a bad crowd back in Cali and I got my life together. It's not fully together, but obviously I lived a crazy life. I'm here now and I never thought I was gonna find wrestling. Like it's oh, you know, when you're a kid, you're thinking, oh, it's just a dream, you know, and then you grow up. Well, I found I found a flyer one day and it was like, you want to come be a professional wrestler? We had Matt Hardy as our champion, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this can't be real here in Vegas. No way. There's a wrestling school. I hit them up and Leon Hader, he got back to me. And then I came in, I watched the show, but I had just missed Matt Hardy. And um, what's funny is I actually have seen him so many times and he still doesn't know this till this day that him and Jeff and Lita are the reasons why I wanted to wrestle. And I just can't let him know
Oh,
that.
we'll let him know.
It's
I'll
just
make
you know.
sure.
But but yeah, so I found it here and I watched it. I had just missed Matt being the champ and he had already left. And I enjoyed the show and I was just I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do. And I came into training and that was it. Like the first year I was training up until the end and started managing my first partner. And he was my on screen boyfriend at the time. And then, we clicked. We were really good friends. And we started like wrestling together for like 4 or 5 years almost. And we sailed and traveled and it was great. And yeah, in 2016, the beginning of 2016 was when I had my first match. And yeah, the rest is history. I'm excited. I'm blessed.
Yeah, that's so funny. You always hear about managers and the guys they manage, with relationships. But
Oh, I didn't even want to be a manager. I came in thinking I'm going to be like, because I was athletic, you know what I mean? And I could do flips and all that stuff. So I'm going to be like cool, like Lita. I'm going to do moonsaults. I'm going to do this. My trainers straightened me up so quick. And they're like, girl, this is not like, you need to learn your basics, your psychology. You need to learn this, da, da, da. This isn't just a circus where you're just dancing around. So it's like, oh.
yeah.
And yeah, you learn all the hard stuff in the ring and whew, like, I love it, but does my body?
It's a weird
After
it's weird because I think a lot of people like nowadays just do big moves for the sake of doing a big move and they don't get psychology, which is good. You learned that. And I
Mhm.
know you have etiquette because you shook everyone's hand when you came in. Dr. Redacted, who's a deathmatch wrestler, he came to the show with some girl, ring, ring rack, but then she shows up with him. They don't even say hi to anyone when they walk in. I thought it was just part of the ring crew or maybe the hot dog guy. I didn't know it was a wrestler on the show. So I just feel like there's a sense of disrespect towards veterans in the business. I'm glad you learned psychology. That's so important. Like everyone, so many people lack it. Were your dreams shattered when you had to manage it first?
Yeah, I was so mad. I was like, "No, I don't wanna manage him." Like, and plus, like, I wouldn't say I'm like a feminist. I'm like just really a woman empowered, and I've just always been somebody who's never wanted to depend on a guy or like be under a guy, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
And so I was like, "No, that I like." You should like back then I was just so bratty. I'm not gonna lie, and they're like, "This will be like your time to learn like." Being around the ring, understanding like what needs to be done and like at what time and aim like you know what I mean? And I didn't think of that at first. And then when I started doing it, like, because I didn't want to be just eye candy, like, there's nothing wrong with anybody like that. But I was just somebody like, oh, like I said, tomboyish. So I was just like, I want to show I could do this. So yeah, it first came out and it was a hit. And I was like, okay. And I started learning more and it was pretty fun. And it took off for a while. So I think that helped me get better before actually going into the ring.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. Like the first match I ever had was with Sherry Martel. So I was trained to wrestle by an original Glow Girl. But because of my size, I guess I'm just
Yes.
easier to put through tables. I'm easier to just throw around by some big guy or even Jazz, which is fine. I like being a
I've
manager.
seen you with Jazz before.
I love Jazz.
ECW, yes.
I
I
just
love
think they
her.
didn't use her properly at WWE, but yeah, I loved managing from day one. I don't know, like I think maybe it was my implants. Then I meet everyone that has the implants. Yeah, just wrestle like you don't have them. So, who was your first actual match with, like for a singles match?
My first singles match was actually Allie Parker.
Oh, really?
Yes. It was, I believe, April 24th, 2016 at BVW, Big Valley Wrestling.
How was that? Were you nervous?
Oh, I was actually I was nervous but confident at the same time because I was like, "This is it. This is my shot. It's my time."
And what
Like
happened?
I'm telling you, like I'm so much more humble than I was when I first started. Like let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But
But
what happened? Like, did you botch a spot or something?
it was actually for the first match. It was actually not a bad match. It was pretty decent for what it was from being at my first like singles match, I guess. But I did take an out of town booking thinking I was ready after like right after that. And it was like in Arizona, I did a triple threat. And when we called this match, like yeah, I'm not gonna lie, because like the other one was easy because we actually went through it, and, like walked through it. Like Allie's great. Like she was really great to work with, really easy, and she made me feel comfortable. So we had a really nice, like easy match. But yeah, of course, there was a lot of things like I could have been better because I was really new. But this one going into this triple threat, thinking like I could go do out of town matches. Yeah, I did not know, like, we called this and I'm like, "Whoa, there's a lot going on." Like, "What?" Like, and then wait, like, I have to remember there's 2 people and, like, more than and what sadly, this match is still on YouTube, I think, and I watched it and I'm just like, "What was I thinking?" And, But, you live and you learn, and, you always just gotta tell people like, next people coming up, just, like, take your time, like, listen to your trainers when they say if you're ready or not, 'cause, I thought I was ready.
So, if you're looking for the safest and coolest way to bet online and the most variety, of course, of games and like almost anything you could bet on, stop at betonline.ag because I guarantee you there is something for everyone. Yeah, it's a difference. I mean, there's certain places you use as practice and some places you do not. Um, yeah, what I had when I worked with Sherry, I got so scared because I watched wrestling growing up as a kid, and I knew who Sherry Martel was. So it was so scary.
Sherry.
Yeah, scary Sherry. It was so scary, like being there with her in the ring. I'm like,
I
well,
I nobody knows who she was. When I was
right?
Scary Sherry at, like I think I was, like, 1998, I was, like, 8 years or something, like, and I was Scary Sherry for Halloween, but nobody knew who she was. Like, I'm
Really?
telling you, like yeah, like, I'm telling you, people made fun of me for loving wrestling, like, it was crazy.
Yeah, and where are they now? Where are those people now? This could be them,
Exactly.
but they're too busy being boring. I'm sorry, it's so true. But yeah, like she told
I
me to
love
lay
it.
it into her. She's like, you gotta lay it into me. No, smack me harder. I'm like, okay. I'm there like smacking the shit out of her. Like we're doing monkey flips and crap because I learned how to do all that stuff. But I'm like, fuck, she's gonna kill me. I'm gonna get kicked. I'm gonna get stiff. It was totally fine. Did you ever have one of those moments in the ring where you were afraid to just lay it into someone?
Oh yeah. I've had plenty. So like there's some matches where I could just be like boom and feel confident and like hit somebody right dead here, but not like actually hit them but and like feel like great. And I'm blind. Like I do this without like glasses or anything. But it took me so long in the ring to learn how to like and then plus me being at the gym, like I shadow box the, whatever I could box and I don't want to fuck my knuckles up. So, it trains you to like not hurt somebody a certain way. But I feel like the really big important matches, like when it's somebody like really big where I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's a goal match and you wanna like not fuck up. Please excuse my French. But I've had those where it was like with Mercedes Martinez, like out of all people, like it was Ring of Honor. Like, why would I feel like I need to reach back on her? Like we had a really good match too, but you could see that I had held back a little bit on my striking on her because I felt like I don't want to mess up. This is my big shot. I bet if like she says I stiff her, like it's the end of the world for me. Like you're thinking all these thoughts, like nobody's gonna want to work with you if you hurt somebody like big or whatever. But no, she was really awesome to work with, and I would love to work with her again. Yeah, like I like snug. Like I'm not a bitch. Like I grew up with like brothers and like just in stupid messes all the time, trying to be just trying to fight because I have little woman syndrome. We always want to, think we're bigger than we are. I admit that now in my 30s that, yeah, boy, I'm pretty small, but I'm still big at heart.
Yeah, I mean, you did a killer match for XPW. When I first started at XPW, I was first in ECW, then I did XPW, then went back to ECW. But I remember everything was fine. Like I'm used to hardcore matches, but man, all that blood. Were you surprised? Were you even around deathmatch wrestling, or was it like when you came to us, you saw like the degree of the core?
Well, I watched it growing up. I was watching XPW when I was a kid, so I was like all about that gory shit. Like it was like I'm telling you, I was a weirdo. Like I loved like sick shit. Like it doesn't look like it now because I'm just like a chill kind of hippie like water girl now,
Uh-huh.
whatever. But um, you know, uh, going to XPW, I actually was very excited because I'm like, damn, I'm going to like everything I've been watching growing up, like it's great. I've got to Wrestle for Impact, Ring of Honor, AEW, like everything I've watched, like that I've wanted to hit, like is great. And I actually never would have thought I would ever wrestle for XPW. Like I thought that was amazing, and I got to wrestle Lou Dark, who's a fucking badass. The blood did not scare me, no. you know, it's gonna happen. I don't know if you saw my cage match where I literally had like a whole Indian scalp
Yeah, I
scar.
saw that.
Like, yeah, I'm okay to bleed and like I'll
Ugh.
bleed for this business.
It freaks me out, and it's just like I know I'm in the middle of the blood and glass. Like I didn't think 10 years ago or 15 years, okay, you'll be managing Necro Butcher, who's like a deathmatch wrestling icon, and going to Japan with him, walking in glass and stiffing people with I don't really stiff with it. I just like to say that. Stiffing people with a Singapore cane. It's like it's such a weird thing, and being around the blood, it scares the shit out of me. Is there any time that you're gonna say no to any of this? Like, would you get
Oh yeah.
okay?
Yes. Glass. I will not like you could throw anything at me. Like I'll take candles, like I'll take like all this like chairs. Anything really, yeah. I've taken a lot of shit, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't think I'll do the glass thing. And I think probably the more I think about it, what solidified that was watching David Arquette take the to his neck, and I was like, "Oh, yep, probably not gonna do that one." And then we had a show out here. I don't know if it was for GCW. I think it was. But it was at the Nerd Bar, and one of my homies actually like did a running knee with like some glass or some teeth or something, and like they actually had to cut the match early, and that was main event, and he was bleeding out in his knee, and I was like, yeah, probably not gonna do that. I know I'm a bad bitch, but I don't think I'm that bad. So I give props to all my deathmatch homegirls. Like I give it all to like Masha and all of them.
Oh
I love
God.
them.
Mickey Knuckles is another one, and she like the stuff these girls
Yeah.
do. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like, it's like I see the stitches, I see the injuries, and when I was in Japan, a guy had a big swollen ankle. It was starting to turn green. I'm like, yeah, you may want to go to the hospital or something. I think it's infected. So he went to the hospital. It was infected indeed, and there was a piece of glass stuck in his leg still. So you're smart. Kudos to that. Is there any way you haven't worked yet that you want to work geographically?
Oh, I want to work everywhere. Like I'm trying to work like anywhere. It doesn't matter what promotion. Like I just want to like work with people, make memories, make moments. You know what I mean? If we can make some history with each other, like that's just what I really want. Um, growing like being like in this business now and actually been learning. And when I first started, I realized like it wasn't just the wrestling on the inside is what drew it to me. It was the characters, the storylines, and everything like that. So that's something I like to bring. I want to have a good story with people and stuff like that. Make people like remember that, just like when I was a kid, and I still have crazy memories of certain things of even when I thought it was real. Like oh my gosh, like those type of memories. And I'm happy that I've been able to do that with some, and I just want to keep continuing. Of course, I'd still would love to like I'm trying to get to NWA because me and my tag partner we're seeing the King Bees. You know they're thriving right now over there, and we just had a tag match against them recently, and it was really great. I felt like they brought us to a next level in tag team matches because I just started in tagging now as well. And so that is something I want to hopefully like get into with them over there at NWA. I'm still trying to hit Japan, obviously. Um, and, I don't think anybody would want to doubt just even trying to get to WWE. But like I said, I want to just get everywhere and I just want to live comfortably wrestling.
That's not a bad goal at all. It can be done. Now, I know there are people that do it and then they do merchandise as well. Are you going to WrestleCon this year in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Yay!
A couple
Woo!
things. I'll see you
Yeah,
there.
I'll be there for sure. It's going to be like, I can't wait. I have new trading cards. So that's the thing most people don't realize that listen to these shows. Guys, we do come out there to see you, but you got to understand it's like a 48-hour thing getting ready, like packing, getting merchandise. And we get on a plane, right? And then we come there. Um, is that my cat? Oh, he's playing on his wheel finally. I bought this cat like a $200 playing wheel. He's finally on it. Yeah. So, we come out there, we're on the plane, then we get up early to get ready for these shows. So you got to get up at 7 a.m. to be ready for this thing at 9 a.m. And when we bring merchandise, if it's not bought, then we're living in cardboard boxes, guys and girls. I'm just letting you know, just saying. And what do you think you'd be doing if you weren't wrestling?
There was a few things I was doing. I was actually a wedding coordinator.
Really?
And yes, I was coordinating weddings. It was beautiful. I hated the fact that I couldn't hold it together. I'm a softie, low
Mhm.
key. I would cry most of the time watching these these
Aw.
ceremonies happening when they were like really cute and like, very like sentimental. Like it's so
Disgusting.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was going to be my career. I also wanted to do child development because since I was a foster kid, I've always wanted to help give back to the foster system, and because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have like been able to get clean and all that other stuff. So I know the system is shitty, but then there are other good like positive parts of the system as well that you could get out of it. And there was just like a lot that I wanted to do, but Just because I didn't think I was going to actually be able to wrestle. Like, I always thought it was a dream. I never even knew there was wrestling schools. So I was just in kickboxing and like all the other like type of sports, just, you know, because I couldn't get a wrestling school. But we didn't even know about those. So I'm really blessed to know about them now. So hopefully, like, I can start training people and keep doing like backstage stuff and like just keep doing whatever I can in wrestling and trying to make it so I can give back.
Well, I think that's important that you recognize that there are gaps in the foster care. I was involved in an after school program when I was a teenager. I was teaching French to children of incarcerated parents. Like, their parents were like Black Panthers and stuff in jail, like really cool people in general. So I continued this whole like foundation, and I tried to bring it to where I live now instead of like other things they're trying to do with kids after school that I don't think are necessarily educational for their growth. And we tried to do this
I
whole
get it.
yeah, you care that you get it. And then even in foster homes, what do you think would be a major improvement or two major improvements in the foster system now that would actually help?
Let's see. I got lucky with mine. Um, I didn't see it at first. That's why I ran away. But when I got taken back to the
Oh,
system, I begged her back. So I was like, I didn't want any other one because hearing the homes from my other friends, like they were in shitty group homes. Some of the parents, they did abuse them. Other ones, they did treat them bad, and other ones they're just like piled up in places where it's like, how did they get approved? You know what I mean? Some were even taken away from actually good homes just because of misunderstandings and then put into shitty positions and stuff like that. My position was pretty shitty, and I'm actually very happy that my stubborn ass finally gave in to my foster mom. We are still good to this day, and I call her my mom for real. So her daughter actually made my theme song to my
oh,
wrestling entrance, and also my tag team theme song as well. So
do they
she's
come to the
thriving too, and
shows?
I'm proud of her.
They come see you wrestle?
Huh?
Have they seen you wrestle? Do they
Yes,
come out? That's
they are
good.
such big supporters, and I appreciate them and love them for that. Um, it's hard to get those people that support. I know my real mom, she did not, and she thinks it's the devil's job of wrestling. So I was like, she
Yeah.
thinks I'm gonna sell my soul and like all this other stuff, and like yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
But joke's on her. I'm still not famous and I'm still not rich. So
You're famous. You're
what do you
famous.
know?
You are famous. That's for sure. People know you
I
100%.
don't care for the fame. I just really just love to just do this.
That's where you're famous as well. That's where you're rich, is when you love to do it. That is the richest part of it. And I don't think necessarily, like, I see WWE. I have friends that have worked there and have been in and out. I think it's just such a change now. I don't know if they necessarily use a lot of the girls the right way. Like, the biggest disappointment to me in WWE was Jazz. Not her, by the way, not her performance. I just think she could have had like her own action figure, because girls would have bought it, kids would have bought that. And she was a really great person to look up to as well. Uh, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I think that they don't use, this is a horrible, I don't think they use the African American females there as well as they should. And that's just me. But what do I know?
It's it's true. Above all, the women weren't used a lot. A lot of them back then were
Yeah.
not used right. But yes, I do agree with you on that too. Jacqueline is another one.
Yeah.
She was a great wrestler, but she was putting just like bikini things and like yeah, she has a great body, but she's also a good wrestler. So, and Alicia Fox, I believe she's actually my tag partner's like favorite wrestler from back then, back in those times. And I don't know, I think she's great. Like my Northern Light suplex actually stems off of wanting to do one like hers, but I can never like bridge like Alicia Fox. She's got an amazing body to bend like that,
Hey, I wish
But
I could triple axel like Tanya Harding, but I can't. So
it's so sweet. No, we damn. But no, yeah, above all, I feel like now that women are more appreciated now, I feel like and more taken seriously than they were back then. So it's unfortunate there was a lot of women that was like before their time, especially those in the 50s and stuff that they've now like mentioned. Like I've been I didn't find out till like 2018. I think I was in China, and I just had found out about all those black female wrestlers that were wrestling and doing main events and all that other stuff, like Ethel and Babs and all them, like back then in the 50s. Like, and they don't, and none of this was mentioned, and now it's just like finally coming out to light that like all these women have paved the way. Like, so it's just crazy, but I'm glad now people are now getting recognitions that they weren't given back then, I guess.
Yeah, I learned about a lot of them also in Dark Side of the Ring when I was watching that because I had to watch the Raw Black episode, so I just started from beginning because
I gotta watch that episode.
I never saw Dark Side of the Ring until last year. And then I'm like, I wonder what they said about Rob. Like, do I really want to watch this? And this is the morning of I'm going to the show later that evening to work. I'm like, yeah, wow, this is really weird. So but that's when I learned about a lot of the female wrestlers that were never mentioned until now that you said that have come to light, which is super important. And I'm glad WWE's finally given them the recognition they deserve, amongst other places like AEW, Impact. And it's amazing what you guys have done as far as paving the way for the younger ones. I don't feel that the younger generation gets it though, like the ones way down below that are like just starting now. Do you see a different degree of behavior from the younger wrestlers that come into work than the ones like closer to your age and up?
I think it's just easier for them, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
When I came into my wrestling school, this is even to talk down on him because that's my home for life. But I'm one of 8 that actually stayed of the females, and I guess I just really had the passion for it. And I guess that's what I think stemmed for them thinking like not taking the women seriously. So that's why I did have to do a singles match at a different company because I wasn't given any girls. Like, and it wasn't at the time. It just wasn't really. What's the word I'm looking for? It just wasn't really something important to put me into a match as a female and just valet and manage at the time. That's just how it was. Girls were coming and going, and people just don't see that girls think it's like a serious thing for them, I guess. It's hard to like explain,
I call them
but
tourists. They're tourists.
yeah. Like once they take that bump though and realize it's not just Total Divas reality show, I think that's when they realize, oh shit, like I really have to actually put in the work, and then they're dip.
I say the same thing about some of the deathmatch wrestlers that I've seen. They just think it's light tube, light tube, light tube, light tube, light tube, more light tubes, this. It's like, dudes, you need to like slow down because there's a right way and a wrong way for a death match. Japan does it right. And it's scary. Like, I think they need more seminars out there showing people how to do things the right way. And one seminar specifically on etiquette when you go into another wrestling federation or a new one, when you go back there, how to behave, like how to shake hands, introduce yourselves, and how to like not tell the veteran how are you going to do the match. And that was the funniest moment I've had in XPW. Some this is a horrible term, but I have to use it. I just can't help myself because I've had coffee. Some local indie jabron decided to tell Necro Butcher what we're going to do in the match. And then he was trying to tell me what to do. I'm like, okay, let's just wait for Necro to get here. Let's just wait. He started to tell Necro, he's like, sir, let's just go in the ring and I'm calling it. That's it. I don't know if you've ever seen Necro's like fists, but they're pretty big. He throws a really mean punch. That's all I'll say. But people just fail to have that these days. Like that's on my end. That's what I think. I think you're in a great place for female wrestling, especially with tag team matches and everything. So I hope I see you in Impact. Who do you want to have a match with that you have not worked with besides Lita?
Masha Slamovich,
Yeah?
actually, and Janai Kai. It's been it's been a long going thing that we've been like, I've just been wanting to, like, me and Janai have talked about we wanted our one-on-one, and Masha knows I told her I want my one-on-one with her. There's a lot of girls like that, I really would like to work. I just want to work everybody. Like I'm telling you, like I just want to make memories with each person in the ring.
What about intergender matches? What are your thoughts on that? Because I've seen a lot of that, like Rina Yamashita with Lou Nixon, and I saw a few other ones that were really cool.
I'm okay with it. I actually do some here and there. I don't think I get put in as a lot just because the way I look, probably because I probably look too girly. I don't know,
That's
but but I don't mind it. My thoughts on it, though, I feel like there's just ways to do it, and like I said, I'm about psychology. So if you do it and it makes sense, it makes sense. Like the shit that I've done, like you're not going to see me try to body slam a 6-foot man. Like it's just not going to happen. It's in reality. I could try, maybe attempt it, but the little me, like me in my 20s probably would still in my head think I could do it. You know what I mean? Because that's just me. But now that I'm older and wiser, I'm like, all right, in reality, I could try to attempt and get everything I can, but 5-foot me is not really gonna, So how are we gonna play that up in a match? You know what I mean? Like I had a match with Simon Gotch. We made sense.
Simon.
Because yeah,
Oh, he's
it
hot.
was
Yeah, I know who
literally
he is.
it was mostly character. Like before he took me out, bro. Like, But other ones we've made sense where like, I could get my offense on it, like I just feel like play to your like I don't know, just make it make sense. I can't even
I
like
get it.
describe to you, but there's really dope ass intergender matches that I really, really like. And then there's just some where just people are just doing things just to do, but I guess, entertainment is entertainment. So, different flavors of ice cream. Some people don't care and want to just have fun. Others kind of see it more seriously and be like, this shouldn't happen. And then there's those that really don't approve of men versus women, period. I don't see any problem with it. It always happened, even in like wrestling years back ago. So I don't like now that it's getting brought up a lot. I'm like, it doesn't seem new to me, if that makes sense.
Oh,
I'm just like,
100%.
oh, okay, we're doing like it's yeah.
China. Look at all the guys' asses
Yeah.
she kicked. My God, like she really. I mean, yeah, she was something else. That one. And I still have yet to get Masha on the podcast. I know her boyfriend because we did Japan together, and they're quite an interesting couple. But I see you wrestled with Simon Gotch. Are you kidding me? That's
Yeah, we did
so
a show.
funny. I
It
can't.
was literally just like 3 minutes though. Like it's just me just really just trying to take this mofo, but he's just like
I got it.
then finally just gives me a finisher after I try to get one up on him, but
Where was
but I'm
this?
like I'm that shitty heel that talks all that shit. Like I said, like I talk like
Yeah.
I talk, you know what I mean? And so he put my money where my mouth.
But where was
I
this?
can't even get the
What
words out because
federation?
I'm just thinking about this match. It was really funny.
Was it at
Huh?
AEW? Where was it? Because now,
No,
where was it?
no. It was here in Vegas, but
Okay.
it was just like I don't even remember what show it was for. It was for some tapings,
Huh.
but it was just like, but it's just like now that I'm thinking about it, the tapings. So that match of psychology made sense, but then he goes off and has another match with another female, and they had a full on blow on 10-minute match, and I'm just like, wait, now that just makes me look like I'm age shit.
Wow. I mean,
But
that's if they jump up high enough, you could probably get them up. I did a body slam on the cat like Jerry Lawler's cat years ago in this match we had, and I don't know if I could slam her. He's like, "No, she'll get up. Don't worry." I'm like, "No, she's gonna get hurt." She jumped up high enough, and I got her. Then we just went down right away anyway. So I guess there's certain ways. I'm just trying to think because you're a small person. I'm just trying to think how. Yeah, that won't work. You're right.
that's why I do leg day every day. so I could lift people up.
Well, yeah. How long is the gym workout for? 2 hours? An hour?
Oh shit! Like, okay, when I'm really like when I have, because I'm telling you, I'm a gym rat for sure, and I don't know what's wrong with me, but it could be like 3 to 4 hours. But if I have to crunch it in before work, it's like a 2 hour thing. Because I like to start off with cardio, and then I go hang because like I kind of have a weird fused back, so like I stretch and I hang, and then after that, then I do. Now I added in started to do more core workouts because I'm trying to catch up to my tag partner. She's a mom but doesn't look it. She has abs of steel, so I'm like trying to catch up to her with the abs and stuff. So I add that to my workout now, so it extended my workouts, and then I'll do legs or I'll do full body, and then or I'm doing if I'm doing arms, then I'm still doing legs, like incorporating doing like squats or something when I'm doing like chest and arms, because like I don't know, like I think because I'm so active, my metabolism is just so fast. So like, and it used to not be like that. I used to just be able to keep weight on me, but now it's like I have to eat and I have to like my muscles and everything. I just feel like I'm small, but I also feel like I know like we all are our own worst critic, and like we all have body dysmorphia. So it's like, maybe I'm tripping, but then I'm like, no, like I'm not where I want to be. So I'll be in there for a long time. Then after my workout, I do hot tub, and then I do more cardio in the steam room and shadow boxing, squats, leg ups, and crunches, push ups, and stuff like that.
Wait, you shadow
And
box
for
in the steam
focusing on
room?
my breathing.
You shadow box in the steam
Yeah,
room. Do other people
shadow
see you
boxing.
doing this?
Yeah, and then I just do like with running, jumping jacks. I try to keep my cardio up as much as I can, because I don't know, my lungs, like no matter what, I don't know if it's from like all the hardcore like drugs and smoking over the years what I used to do back in my party days or something, but whew, like I'll walk up my stairs right here in my house and I'm just like, these were only like 10 steps. What's going on here?
Yeah. I don't know, but if I see
So
someone
yeah.
shadow boxing,
Huh.
I'm sorry, just the whole shadow box, and I'm thinking to myself, if I go to a gym and I go in the steam room and I walk in and I see Maserati Lazarus like shadow boxing, I don't think anyone's ever done that before. Do
In the
people look
steam room?
that do they think you're crazy?
Hey, so are you looking to spice things up in the bedroom? If you want to have a threesome with you, me, and Adam and Eve, go ahead on adamandeve.com. And if you put in the code CrazyTrain, that's crazy with a K, you can get up to 50% off of most items and 10 free goodies. That's right. Go to adamandeve.com and put in the code CrazyTrain, crazy with a K, and you can get up to 50% off of certain items and most of all, those 10 free gifts. You can give it to your wife, your girlfriend, whoever.
Actually, I get so I've only had one mad person, but she came in after me and she's like, "I'm trying to meditate." I'm like, "Well, you came in after me. There's a second one right over here because there was two. There's two steam rooms and two saunas." And I'm like, "You chose to come in here where you're seeing me where like get my cardio in." So like I'm somebody who's nice and stuff, but like that. But if you see me like doing that and you already can see there's another one right there where it's open, you're just being an asshole. You're just, you know what I mean? Like, and if I would have came in and you were trying to meditate and whatever, okay, I won't do that. I'll just do my stretching and my breathing or something like that. But steam room and sauna, I feel like is really good recovery for me, especially like my body is just like, ugh. Especially like after all them bumps and then all the partying and then like, let's see, like just working in general. And you know what I mean? Like steam room is like the best recovery after, and it just loosens you up.
Yeah, I gotta think about that. Meditate. Who the fuck meditates these days? I'm sorry. That's like it just sounds like one of these assholes that goes to Pilates with me. I gotta tell you, like it's like I love the Pilates instructors, but these bitches that go there, it's like fuck you. What's your exercise today? The yoga mat or like your coffee. Well, what's your next exercise? Getting on the goddamn phone and like taking photos of your fucking kid. Like, what's next after that? Like, what does your
I'm
day?
dead.
Oh, I've got to
See, I
meditate.
meditate, but not like where it's like, just out like I'll be at the beach. Like I'm a water girl for sure. So that's when I have my time where I'm just like, let me become one with water.
That's different. These are like the overly these are the people. All right, these are the people who put those retarded manifestations up every single second on Instagram. I might be crazy because I post photos of cats, those crazy cat photos working out. I know people are questioning like if I'm seeing a therapist now, but it's different. But like when you go affirmation after affirmation after affirmation, dude, you got to get off social media and just like sit in front of the mirror and tell yourself that, because you could tell the rest of the world that.
Yeah.
Because you don't accept yourself doesn't mean we're going to either.
I feel like everybody's looking for validation on social media, and that's why they put those posts up. But that's why I don't really do those posts. Like I don't know, like I only got Instagram and Twitter just for my wrestling. Like other than that, like I wasn't gonna like deal with it. But then I was told, oh, you have to do it, so I was like, fine. But I still don't understand Twitter. Like, but I feel like everybody just needs social media to validate them and like to make them feel a type of way, because like then they look at their likes, or like, let me post that I'm over here looking dope right now, but in reality they're just like, and like I'm not even gonna shit on myself. Like, there's times where I'll be like, you know what, let me just get this dope picture real quick. I look fly. You know what I mean?
You have to.
But I feel like social media is a facade, and like it's just there for business and or for people that just need some entertainment in life.
I could be mean
we all
sometimes.
need that entertainment. Like I'm not even gonna deny it. So
Well, yeah, but the entertainment is when you see someone like over. I know I'm just terrible, but there are times when I see someone overdoing it and they're just so fucking annoying. Then I make that one comment. Oh my god! I can't believe it's on there. So yeah.
oh no, I definitely agree with you on those types of people. Like they just need to chill and get off social media and look at themselves. Tell them they're great, they're freaking awesome. Then go take a walk outside, take a hike or something.
No, I tell them to go
enjoy
play in
nature.
traffic usually. Once you go play in traffic or something,
You're
and that's like, no, that's me on a good day. You haven't seen me on the bad days. That's me on a normal day. Like
you're like the real life heel, and then I'm like literally high key baby face in real life. It's really funny.
No, I'm the healingest of the heel. Even Missy Hyatt said I'm like the biggest heel, like a real life heel. She and I had our own little sets of real life head clashings before, and like it's been over for years now though. Like we're cool. I pulled a rib on her. I had her drive from Tampa down to Fort Lauderdale. I told her I was booked on a show and I needed her down there. I wasn't booked on no show. I just had her drive down. I don't want the receipt for it either. I don't know what a receipt like that would be like, but I don't really want to find out either. I've had enough of those. But
if you were to ask me that, I would be like, show me the flyer you're on. Just kidding. If you want me to drive you. Just kidding.
yeah, I think you're too smart to get that. But yeah, no, Missy, I think, has been one of the longest lasting managers in this business. So I really look up to her quite a bit, as long as I can do it every now and again.
Missy actually was managing my tag partner Rochelle in Arizona recently at PCW. Oh. Yes. So what do you know? It's a small world.
It's a really small world. Yeah, I want to do more shows locally now. Like I'm still doing XPW, but I'll look for other bookings here and there. But I take more overseas, I think, than here. So now I just have to like put it out there in the world and have the wrestling gods come for me. So what kind of merchandise? They're going to come down. They'll be like, yes, you, puff, you're in a show in Arizona. Puff, you're in New Mexico. Puff, you're in
Bam,
bumfuck Alabama at a backyard wrestling show. No, rewind. I'll pass on that. So what kind of merchandise can people expect to see at WrestleCon?
Shit.
Uh-oh.
That's a good question. I have a couple. I have some shirts left and some 8x10s, but I'm trying to get more trading cards. The company that did mine before, they never got back to me. So I need to figure that out. But other than that, 8x10s and shirts.
I got it.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. Yeah, no, I got it. Actually, he's doing my cards, and I'll message you on Instagram after with his link, but he will set you up. and it's like the best. I love Sean. It's like $50 for I think 100 cards, and it includes shipping. So, and they're like laminated too. So you'll get your cards. So far, so you'll probably have trading cards for WrestleCon. You got T-shirts, 8x10s. What else? Photo ops.
Yeah. Oh yes, photo ops as well.
Okay,
I'm excited.
And what else? That's it.
Yeah, so I'll be there for the booth. I am going to be there for. I know I'm doing GCW for the culture.
Yep.
On the 5th at like 12 a.m. And then the day before that, I am doing All Caribbean Pro Wrestling at 2 p.m.
Okay.
I'm like, is it 2? I hope I'm not lying. 2 p.m.
It's 2 p.m. when the convention is actually over. And what days are you signing? Are you signing every single day at WrestleCon?
Yes, I will be there every day. Yes.
Okay. Whose table is it?
You'll be there too, at the tables too, right?
Yeah, I'll be at She's Hardcore. I'm doing that. So it'll be a pretty decent table. It's mostly deathmatch wrestlers, which is really funny. And like, I'm in the midst of all this. So it's like, yeah, just make sure you're like stitched up and shit before you sit down, and make sure you bathe. Make sure you have clean clothes on. Yeah.
There we go. Noted.
That's what you get. You deal with. Guys like smell so bad sometimes after they wrestle. Are you selling any of your worn ring gear at all?
No, I'm not. So the thing about that is I am very sentimental, I guess, and I think every part of my like gear has meant something to me for some reason in some ways. And it's just hard for me to part ways with it. For my when I did LFC, the lingerie MMA fighting, though, I still have a couple of my worn lingerie MMA gear, so I am willing to sell those because that's just whatever. Those were fun, but yeah, my wrestling gear, it's off limits. Those are my memories for when I get old and senile. I'll remember these times.
Even if you're senile, you'll remember when you see that top.
I'll be like, oh, 7 years ago, I wore these. Wait, why did I do English accent? I don't even know how I got it there.
It's good. 7 years ago, I've worn these.
And old English.
You've got to. It only makes sense. So yeah, make sure you guys stop by and see Mazzerati Lazarus at WrestleCon. She'll be on a few shows as well. Pick up some merchandise once again, because like I said, this is like a 48-hour production getting ready for this shit. It's like an hour and a half in the morning, I think, or an hour. Actually, no, 2 hours, because it takes a half hour to get out of being bitch mood in some people's cases. So where can people find you online if they want to look for you?
I am Mazzerati, not spelled like the car. It's Mazzerati. And you can find that on on IG, Twitter, and Facebook.
Why'd you choose the name Mazzerati, or were you born with that name?
No, they gave that to me. Remember, because I was tagging with Nick Bugatti, so they wanted me to have a car name. My first pick of names was. I'm glad we didn't go with my name because, mine was very generic. And plus, there is already a Love, so I was trying to be Shayna Love, and I was going to be this cool baby face doing all the cool high flying stuff like Lee. But yeah, I'm glad we didn't go that route. I'm okay with being Maserati, the asshole, bitchy heel that I am. Making kids cry at every city I go.
Oh, really? That sounds like so much fun. Oh my God. I just go to the mall when they're waiting in line to see Santa and say, hey, there's no such thing as Santa Claus. That's what I do. You can try it. It actually works. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. If it's like the real bratty kids in my neighborhood, these entitled assholes with their entitled, horrible, like soccer mom Karen bitches with their stuff. It's like, I have expensive handbags too, bitch. And they give you these dirty looks when you have a nicer handbag, right? If it's those kids, yes, I will do. One year I took onions and I wrapped them in caramel. I put a stick in it and they thought it was caramel covered apples. Anyway, sorry,
I almost punched again. I'm not gonna lie, but that's because he ran up on my dog.
Yeah,
my little Chihuahua. Before he passed away, I don't put my dog on a leash because he's a good boy, and I never had to. He would wait for me if anything, and I would walk with him everywhere. And at the park, this little freaking of a kid just wants to come up and try to touch my dog. And my boy is like, nah, like he's like barking. And the mom comes up and she's like yelling at me, and she's all like you need to put your dog on a leash, blah blah blah. I'm like, you need to put your kid on a leash. I was ready to just like touch my kid. Like my dog was my kid. You know what I mean? So I was like, nah, little fucker.
See,
But
you're so much nicer than I am. I would have said, "Where's your leash, bitch?"
I'm dead. You see, yeah. See, I'm mean to the kids in the ring, and then sadly nowadays, I know kayfabe's dead now. Unfortunately, I really love the kayfabe era,
Okay.
but during intermission, I got to be nice to kids after, the ones that have cried, like it's I'm like, I come up and I give them a hug after. I'm like, you're still pretty or something after, because I shit on the hell on these kids sometimes. I've had a mom almost attack me and like walk me. Well, she came to the back of Gorilla after the match and like tapped me on the shoulder, and she's like, da 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 da, you made my kid cry, you fucking bitch. And I was like looking around, like I was still kind of new too, and I was looking around the locker room. I was like, oh, is she serious? Like I thought this was a joke, and I realized no, she's that mom of the kid that I made cry. And I was like, well, I guess I did my job. And then she walked off so pissed, and I'm like, well, what, you came to the show, like what do you expect? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like I wasn't gonna say sorry. Like you brought your kid to the, like, you better be thick enough to take it. Like I don't know.
it's just the parenting. Or you could have said, "No, I didn't make your kid cry, sweetheart. Your kid's crying because I have to deal with you." So
Damn, I love you. Oh, you could be my manager.
see, when you have the heel things, I'm like the right person to get there to just say, "Hey, Jazz, I got this thing." Yeah, no problem. I started doing all those MAGA promos, but I was going off the rail. I think I said the wrong word once. I think I said something. Oh, the word motherland and blood and soil, and people took it as like Hitler, but I didn't get it from Hitler. I just, I read a lot. I come up with words. Then I had like Jewish Instagram coming for me one day. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Really? So it's like, yeah, I think I've been canceled by everyone at this point. Have I? Have I been canceled yet? Really? Not really. No. I don't know. Yeah, I just have people come after
People
me.
are
But
always
anyway,
trying to find a way to cancel anybody and try to dig up anything just to try to get you canceled.
yeah, for my literal non-existent place. So thank you so much for joining us, and I can't wait to see you. And really quick, just give us real quick once again your Instagram handle so people can find it in case they can't spell.
Yes. Mazzerati, Mazzerati, or you could do my my government name, which is Shayna, Shayna, Lazarus, Lazarus. Yes, I'm famous because I'm Lazarus.
Well, thank you for that, my dear, and sit tight.